Hi, I'm Curtis Bartis and welcome back to the Capital Bros YouTube channel. So on this channel we cover a lot of topics with regards to Forex, and in today's video I want to go over or basically attempt to trade the South African ZAR. So if you haven't kept up to date with Dion series, Dion is basically his journey and we go over what he's trading and basically all his losses and profits with regards to a series of videos with how he grow as a trader. So I wanted to do something similar to that, but I want to trade the ZAR. Usually we don't trade the ZAR because the ZAR has a high spread rate, or there's not a lot of volatility basically people trading the ZAR. So the ZAR is a very not undermined, but very low profile pair to trade. So I wanted to do a series with regards to the ZAR. So the series, I'm not sure how long the series might be. It might be a few videos, it might be 1 or 2 videos, but I wanted to make it a series basically just trading the ZAR. So hope you want to be part of this journey and basically just see me trading this strategy wise, growing as this. So this is obviously going to be a demo account. I will not be using a real account for this, just to point that out. And I'm also using HFM as the broker for the series. So I'm not going to show you how to do a demo account or how to set up HFM account. This has been done a lot on the channel. So this is just a journey, like we've mentioned that word a lot. So the channel is basically us getting better and basically hustling, reaching our goals as individuals. So this channel is more of like a following our journey as individuals. So hope you enjoy. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe and also make sure to leave a like and check out the other videos on the channel. So like I said, I will not be showing you how to make a demo account. These videos, I'll plug that down below. So this is just the ZAR. So let's go into the pair. So currently I have open trade on the Enzo. So if you wanted to add the ZAR, so like I said, the ZAR, we don't trade the ZAR since it's a high spread rate. So I'm going to only trade the ZAR USD, and that's the only pair we'll be trading for this. I'll be starting with 5,000 USD and I'll be using a proper risk management strategy of maybe 5 to 10% a trade using proper risk management. So obviously if you haven't seen our SMC, make sure to check that out. So let's use this USD. I haven't even added to my pairs yet. So you can see there is the USD to ZAR. So let's just add that. I'm adding it right to the top. So obviously depending on the circumstances of this, we can't say yet if we're gonna take a sell or buy. So as we can see, currently the ZAR has been on a more of a bearish move for the past few days. Let's see from when. So this was April 24th. So this been a month, came down. So basically we can see it's in a downtrend currently, 100% in a downtrend. Came to the support, bounced off, rejected off the EMA, but then continued it downward trend. So if we were looking for buy, so this was a point of buy because it's looking at this point right here, point right there. So let's make sure. So currently it's, like I said, it's still in a buy, so it's not giving me clear indicators of going downwards, but it's been in a down. So there we can see a downwards puzzle. Looking at that, let me just remove the EMA for the time being. Of this is on a 4. So I think I'll keep this series more. All the trades I will be trading on this would be on the 4 hour to 1 hour, since I'm very sure on my usual trades we do look at the 4 hours since we more swing traders. So everything, like the indicator so far, is giving me a little bit of a sell, but you know it could go the opposite, but more of it's leading towards a sell. Let's just look at our smart money concept thingy. So personally, it's a change of character, weak low, since it broke that. So let's see a little bit more. So currently I'll wait for this entry at least to close above, since it's not a full change of character yet at this point, since we haven't seen this red candle close above this. So I'll wait a little bit. So currently I will not go in this because it's not giving me a clear indication of a sell or buy from this point on. But I will be using SMC, but I can see currently is in the wait, so I will wait for it a little bit to bounce off this here, just this line there, if it's gonna, and This is the trade scenario 1 and B. So let's set out two course of directions for the time being. So let's point out our demand zone, which is going to be this here, right here. Let's just make out the demand zone. So you can see the. So I'll wait for trade A at least to bounce off this and one candle to close above this for me to take a buy on the 4 hour. You know, obviously I think more of a, like I told the risk management, I'll do it at a, let's look at a 1 to 4 and let's put it here just above this support here. This is trade scenario A. So let's look at it at 1 to 2, so we mostly take 1 to 2s. Yeah. A, let's just move this. That if it's gonna continue this and come retest this here, so it continues down. But if we had the opposite, so we can see it will bounce off here, so we can clearly see it is doing scenario, the other scenario which is testing here to come. So I'll wait for this candle to close above this here, which this red if there's a red candle above, close above this, I will take a sell on this, and that sell will just be above here, just we can see that's clearing that point, and then we take the exact one on 1 to 2 on this side. Here we go. So currently I just have trade scenario A and trade scenario B. Currently looking at trade scenario A seems more likely because it's hitting this here, so we can obviously it would not play exactly like that. There might be a lot of more consolidation of mitigation phase in between this, but it's more likely to. But I think I'll stick to the 1 to 2 trade firstly for my rules. I would look for at least 3 confluences, basically like I said, a bounce off a rejection or support line, wait at least for a candle to close, and I'll use the EMA as that third confluence for entering the trade. So let's just see, where's the EMA at the moment. So you can see it's more likely because it's in a downtrend, so I'll wait for that at least get close to it, or at this point. So I'll just give like a more of an lesson example of what I'm looking for. Like this is a trade I'm currently in at as a demo. As you can see, demand zone, which is my first confluence, and I'll wait at least for 3 points to make sure this is a valid demand zone. You can see 1, 2, 3 more or less. We're looking for at least what do you call it, a clear structure. As we can see, this uptrend here, we got high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, and we're looking for a third confluence, or at least 4. As you can see here, I waited for buyers to take control at this point. As you can see, that candle were closed above this on the 4 hour, and then the EMA is basically just another confluence, so at least we wanted to bounce off the EMA or at least get close to it. So that's 4 indicators telling me at least it's more likely to go up. So obviously this depends on your strategy as a trader. So this is the things I'm looking for, and obviously looking at our SMC that bounced off a supply zone, so a demand zone. As you can see, that was an opportunity to buy. So that's just where I'll take my profit on this trade. This is a 1 to 5 and not a 1 to 2. So it's a quick trade, and we obviously risk depending on your risk management. So that's what I'm looking for mostly, and this is the type of strategy I will be looking for trading USD. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly how long, but you can use this video as a reference for when you do your own trading. So this is the trade I'll be looking at, and for the time being, as you can see, it's bouncing off this live. Let's just go to the 1 hour chart quickly. So obviously this would trade over a long span of time. I might adjust this, might change my time span, since it might take a few weeks and we don't want the trading video to take so long. So as a reference or as a guide, use this, like I said. So I don't want it to be one trade plays out across 2 weeks. That's obviously for my personal trading, but for the series and trading as well, I want it to go a little bit faster. So yeah, it's giving more of sells towards this, but I'll wait for, like I told you, at least a 1 hour to 4 hour to close above this to give it a little bit more of a downtrend. because this could act as a support and it could bounce, but then we'll only wait for that bounce at this point for it to go up. So yeah, I'll probably be back after this one or two of these scenarios play out, and then from that point we'll see if we take a buy or sell. Yeah. Yo, so we're back. So firstly, I placed the trade, so it was clearly a sell. So I do believe in the ZAR for this trade being strong against the USD. So I basically went with trade A, which was the sell. So for the sell, like I said, I mentioned in the first part of this video, I waited for a 4-hour candle to close above the retracement, which it did, as you can see here. This was the retracement, and then I waited for this candle to close, but I entered a little bit late because I wasn't watching the chart and I didn't have like a notification since I was at work. But yeah, I'll just go over like the placement and the risk tolerance of this part of the video. So you can see there I entered around here, which we are in a little bit down. As you can see, the trade still playing off, and then we put our stop loss just above the EMA and above that point of interest, which is here. So we're going with trade A, which was a sell on this point. So I'll just show you guys the TP and basically the calculation for the risk tolerance, or my, like I said, we're trading off a demo account which is 5,000, and we're risking, for more likely I'm gonna risk between 3% to 10%, that will per trade. So I'll risk around, and I won't have more than one trade open per session or so, because we are trading on the 4-hour. But I might change it for the next part. I might change it to like the 1 hour or the 30 minutes, because the trades basically would take a while to play out. So let's just get into it. So let's see, on MetaTrader 5, so you can see we're up $34 at the moment on this trade. And as you can see there, the risk tolerance is around 160 to 300 on this trade, which is on, as we can see here on TradingView, it's the exact same setup. So for the calculation, like I mentioned last week, I think I did show this, but I'll just show you guys again. The calculation we use is the RT, stop loss, and LPP. So this is like a formula. If you want to use this for your own trading purposes, you can. So if, for example, you base this off your overall account, so let's just go off here. So if you're trading with $500 or $1,000, so depending. So we're trading obviously with 5,000. So you'll just do 5,000 times no dot. So depending on yours, so I wanted to risk for this trade, I want to risk 3%, which is 3. So you can see we're risking 150, but more likely I put it to 160 because of just being above the point of interest, which was the EMA. That's why I put it above, so it equivalents to like 160 instead of the 150. So it's more or less in our risk tolerance of 4 to 10%. So after that, you can see it's 150. So to calculate the lot size of this, as you can see, there's a lot size to use. So then you just take your risk tolerance divided by your losses per pips, which is around 200 in this case. So you can see it gives us a note percentage, which that tells us to use a lot size of 1,000. South Africans are also a little bit different, so it's, as you can see, it uses point instead of your normal, compared to like GP USD, which is also pip, but the pip calculation is different. As we can see, like it's similar to the JPY pairs where the pip calculation is different. I'll just show you that there on top. So yeah, you can see the pips here on top, but more or less that's the calculation I did for this trade. Now we basically just wait for the trade to play out, which could be a while because, like I said, this is the 4-hour time frame, so this trade could literally take a few more days. It could still have another retracement, or I could be totally wrong with the trade. So you know, you could still go back up, test this point of interest, break through it. But like based off the strategy I'm using so far, which is the pullback and using SMC, it's more likely to, based on my analysis, it's predicting to go down or potentially going down. So from this point on, we can just wait. Like I said, it could take a few more days. So all we could do now is just wait and wait for the trade to play out. So I'll check you in the next part of this video. So the trade finally placed out. It took a few days for the trade to play out, but it was a dub. But I'll just go over how the trade placed out and how the account is looking at this current point of time. So as we saw in the last part, so I adjusted the trade a little bit as it went on. As we can see here, it went down and we entered around here, so it took a day or more, 2 days, and then it came to this point where it tested, it went into our stop loss. At the point the stop loss was here, but then it tested this resistance. Oh shit. It tested this, what's the resistance here, so I adjusted my stop loss a little bit down, so we adjusted our thing to be at least 1 or 2, and our take profit was a little bit more downer with regards to how we entered. Looking at the far left as previous data, the ZAR or the USD became stronger at the zone, so we said more or less we're gonna exit our trade at this point, as we can see, as we did. So I adjusted it, didn't do it on screen, did it on the phone because it was on the road and it was kind of busy, still couldn't record stuff. So yeah, so more or less the trade bounced off there, it went down, it did for another day or two, did the exact same thing again, but then more or less went down on a few more days. So this trade literally took about 2 to 3 days to 4 days to play out. As we can see, it wasn't overnight. So we adjusted our stop loss, as the only thing, as we can see, adjusted our stop loss to at least be more, our take profit. So it came out to a 1 to 2, but we didn't start the trade with globally basically on a fall left. We would still be in the trade if I didn't do this, because as we can see, the ZAR basically became weak against the USD as because of the support and right here. So a lot of buyers came into the market at this point. It's good that we came out, because if the trade was still open, the trade would have still been open and we would have been basically in the drawdown, but not by much. As we can see, we entered around here, but we would have still been in the drawdown based off our analysis. And we came around here, we could have taken more profit, but you will never be perfect on where you take profit. That's one thing you should know. You will never be perfect on where you take profit. You can always go more and then you were like, oh, should have had more, but it will never be the same. As we can see, we exited here based on our strategies. So let's just look at the account and how it looked on MetaTrader. So as you can see, here's the account, is exact trade as we played it out here. There's it. And then the account history, oh should go a little bit more, let's say last one. As you can see, there we go, we had a 1 to 3, we made $120 off this based off this trade. And that's basically most of it. So that's the first video on the series. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also make sure to check out all the other videos on the channel. We're cooking up some good content on the channel with regards to me and the Capital Bro team. We are cooking up some good content, so make sure to subscribe. But I'll spot you in the next ZAR video, or maybe one of the Capital Bro combined videos. But yeah, I'm good as Barties. I will spot you guys then. Peace.